What is up everybody, my name is Gifford and welcome to another stock market video. Today I'm going to be talking about NIO Stock and why it is the highest position in my portfolio. As you'll see, I have 141 shares. I bought just before earnings earlier this week. I understand that they're pretty risky buy, but I'll go over my thought process and the risks and rewards. So I won't be buying anymore. I'm pretty happy with the amount I've got at the moment, unless something happens like they go dip all the way down to about $11. But at the moment I don't have any money this week, so no more buying for me. Like the video to help the channel out, and also feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my stock market journey. Otherwise, let's start the video and see who NIO is. So just the format of the video, part 1, we'll go over a quick portfolio update. Part 2, we'll have a look at who NIO is and have a look at their website. Part 3, we'll have a look at their financials. Part 4, we'll look at the positives and negatives and what made me buy them. And part 5, my final thoughts on the company. So a quick look at my portfolio. I'm up to $9,587. I'm also currently down at $362. So at the bottom here is my NIO shares at 141, my average cost basis, and it's currently down overall at $49. So having a look at Simply Wall Street, we can see that NIO designs, manufactures and sells electric vehicles in the People's Republic of China and Hong Kong and the United States and the United Kingdom. We can see that they're currently trading at 61.4% below estimated value by this website, and also that the revenue is forecasted to grow at 39.7% per year. So looking at their website here, we can see that they make 3 types of cars, the EC6, the ES8, and the SC6. They also have other divisions of the company called NIO House and NIO Power, but we will not be discussing that today. But these divisions are all part of the NIO brand that they are trying to build. So they're not just a car maker, but also a lifestyle brand. And I don't really want to compare these guys to Tesla because they are very different, but this comparison comes up a lot, especially in other YouTube videos. So this is the latest car that they've just released. It's a nice looking car. This is the NIO ES6. So just a few specs about the car. It's pretty impressive with its long range of 610 kilometers and also from 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds. So part 3, let's now have a look at NIO's financials, and we'll start with the valuation. We can see here that Simply Wall Street thinks it's 61% undervalued. They have a price target of $34.63 with its current price of $13.36. Also, what's more impressive in the future growth, they think it's going to grow by 45.2%. And we can see from the financial health of the company that they can meet their short-term liabilities and their long-term liabilities. Now this has only been recent because they've actually gotten funding, and that's pretty much why I started buying this, because I knew it was a lot safer after they got the funding from the Chinese government. So we can see here from Google that the share price surged 30% after they got their funding by $1.4 billion. They secured another $1 billion from several state-owned companies for them to establish the headquarters in the city. So when I'm investing my money, I want to make sure the company is well funded. As we can see here from the debt to equity history, that it looks really dire, but we know that they've had $2.5 billion worth of funding, so they're going to be okay for a little while. Also, just recently released the Q2 earnings, and they showed that they were profitable. NIO has a market cap of $15 billion, and we can see from the earnings that the last 4 quarters that they've only missed one of them. So a quick look at their financials. We can see that their revenue has been growing and that their earnings were minus $23 billion in 2018, and in 2019 they've improved that to only minus $11 billion. So currently the analysts have rated this with a 5 being a sell and a 1 being a strong buy. They've rated it a 2.9, meaning it's a hold. So part 4, the positives and negatives of the company. So they'll start with the negatives. The very big one for me was the financial health of the company, because they are losing money at the moment. But as we can see, they've received funding, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I feel confident that they're going to be okay. The other thing that can really affect the share price is the China tensions with the US will cause negative sentiment towards the stock. The EV space is very competitive, and NIO only have about 1% market share before the previous earnings. So going on to positives and why I put my money into them. EV stocks are very hot at the moment, and I think that NIO is the pick of the bunch. They have real cars, real production numbers. They had earnings, which was very good, but the stock did dive due to a big sell-off. They have a point of difference that makes them stand out with their battery swapping technology, and that's because in China, in city living, it's hard to find a parking space as well as space for your charger. So instead they can get their battery swapped out without needing a charger station, but it's a bit debatable at the moment about how long it actually takes to swap over a battery. So my final thoughts on NIO is that I like the car, I like their branding, I like their technology, I like what they're doing, and I think that with government funding and the backing of the Chinese government, they can take more of a market share in the Chinese market. So I'm a long-term holder. I think the stock price can grow a bit more in the next 2 years. I'm hoping for a price target of $50. I think they'll reach that easily if they can keep selling cars, they can keep innovating with their technology, and also if they can compete with Tesla with their full self-driving. I have high hopes, however, I won't be buying anymore unless the price drops drastically, because I've already got 141 shares and it is already a significant part of my portfolio. So that's it for me today. Don't forget to do your own due diligence about NIO, because you don't want to be following a guy who's currently losing money in the stock market. Once again, thank you for watching, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.